Hello. So I've been reading The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, and I love to externally process, so I'm going to go on a little rampage about what I'm learning. So The Power of Now has taught me to understand that I am not a sum of my thoughts. Your thoughts are a sum of your experience and expectation. Your experience would be looking back in the past, and it's looking at what you've endured, and everything that you think of is basically a sum of the things that you have experienced. And when you're thinking for the future, those are your expectations and your hopes and your dreams, and you may think that thinking for the future is helping you plan, but it's actually taking away the moment of right now. The only time we are able to do anything in our lives is right in this moment. And we think of 10 minutes from now. Can we actually do anything 10 minutes from now? Or can we do anything 10 minutes ago? I believe that time is an illusion, and it says it in this book, but it made me further understand why that is a true fact. And it's because without time, there are no thoughts. Without thinking about the past or the future, you don't really have anything to think about other than in certain experiences, like at work. Obviously you're thinking about what you're doing in that moment. But if it's a present moment thought, it has nothing to do with your experience of the past or of the future. It's so interesting to me because in everyday life, in school, they teach us that basically everything that you do has to be based out of, planning and expecting and hoping and trying to force your life to go in a different direction. And there's no talk of how to live in the present now and how to truly be grounded in the now. And one way that they talk about being able to start to control your thoughts is starting to really pay attention to lock in on a sound or a feeling or a smell and just fully dive into what that sounds like or what that smells like. And when you start to pay attention to the now, you have these little gaps in time where your thoughts go away and you start to experience the now for what it is. And you start to learn how to put yourself into the now willingly. And this has helped me so much because on my walks every morning that I take, it has helped me so much with being able to fully meditate. And I didn't know what that meant before. I just thought meditating was closing your eyes and focusing on your breathing, but my thoughts never went away that way. So one day I was taking a walk and I was listening to a podcast, and for a good couple minutes I noticed that I was just absolutely infatuated with what was going on right in front of me. There were no thoughts. There was no trying to control my brain or have a plan for anything afterward. It was just genuinely living in that present moment and looking at everything around me, and it all felt so different than what I normally view it as. Because when you look at something and your brain's filled with thoughts and you're thinking about 10 minutes from now and 10 minutes past and 10 minutes ago and 40 minutes away, you're not genuinely living in the now or looking at it for what it truly is. And becoming the watcher of your thoughts is something that is going to help you knock down every obstacle that you have in your own body that you want to change about yourself. For me personally, looking in the past at what I've been through, I basically was my thoughts. I reacted in every way. My thoughts ran my life. My thoughts about myself, my thoughts about where I've been, my thoughts about the future and what I want to get done, and the idea of me not getting that done. It all dragged me down. It caused severe anxiety and depression, and it was extremely hard for me to live every day when I was constantly thinking about back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There was no ability for me to live in that present moment. And the fact that I couldn't change anything about the past or the present, the past or the future, it drove me to a point where I felt like I was never good enough, like I was never getting enough done, like I was never on the right track. And it was miserable. And I was super comfortable in that misery. I didn't understand that living from that place, it helped me feel safe because of my environments when I was young. And, I didn't understand that I was so attached to my pain body and my mind and my thoughts that I lived out of a place of ego. And when you live out of your ego and you live out of your thoughts, that basically means that when you have anxiety or you have anger and you feel that energy within your body, you let it take over. You let those thoughts feed you. You trust them and you believe them. So when my thoughts would say, you're not good enough, you're not going to make it to the point you want to make it at. And I would live through that. I would want to reprimand people. I would want to, talk about it constantly, what my pain looked like. And I wanted to relive it over and over and over again, thinking that some part of that would help me grow through it. And the only thing that can help me grow through where I've been is living right now, forgetting everything else. The past doesn't exist because it's gone. The present doesn't exist because the future does not exist because it has not came yet. The present now is the only time I have to live my life. So right now in this moment, if I choose to give myself affirmations, if I choose to do the dishes, if I choose to help someone, if I choose whatever I choose to do in this present moment, it means that no thoughts are feeding my mind and I am only acting out of my pure, love, joy, and happiness that I want to happen right in this moment. The only time thoughts are really a positive thing are when you're using your knowledge. And I believe that even knowledge kind of comes from a different space. When you think about something actively and you want to think about it, doesn't it feel like it comes from a different space than when anxiety creeps in your brain or those thoughts creep in your brain that make you overthink? It all stems from ego and experience and fear. So allow yourself a little bit of peace of mind today and practice this with me. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath and focus in on a sound that you hear or a texture that you're feeling. Think about how it feels, what it sounds like when you touch it, or what it sounds like in your ears. And focus on your breathing and take deep breaths. If all you can hear is my voice and the sound of that sound, you are living in this present moment with me right now. All the thoughts go away. And when you're enduring that loud, loud beating of your thoughts and you are just in your head, become the watcher of your thoughts. Observe what they are telling you, but don't react on them. Feel the energy within your body, the emotion. And this will help you identify what emotions you're having. And you can better communicate what's going on with you eventually. But the point is that you do not ever want to become attached to any of these things. The only thing that you can do about anything is in this present moment. Thinking about something else other than right now is totally counteractive to your growth. It will not help any of your life. And so if I could teach you anything today, it would be that right now, if not now, then when? Be here now. All of those sayings are so valid because right now, you and me, what we're doing right now, this is the only moment we have to fill ourselves with joy and positivity and live our lives. You have no idea what will happen in the next 10 minutes. So don't plan for it. Let it come. Don't waste time planning for something and wasting the now that you have. Because when people are older and they decide, wow, I really missed out on life. I spent so much time planning and working to get to a certain point that I forgot about the present moment I was in. Don't let that happen to you. Right now, every step, one foot in front of the other, is all we have. And I believe in you, and I'm proud of you, and I hope that this helps you in some way, shape, or form, because this has changed my life. It totally has changed my life from somebody who I've experienced major depression and anxiety. I was in the most pain I've ever been in these past 2 years. And I don't look at it for what it is. That's right now. is the only time that I have to be present and to, live my life. And if you keep that in mind and you live by that and you quiet your thoughts and you gain control of yourself, you have nothing to lose. I recommend this book wholeheartedly. And if you get it or if you've read it and you can relate to this, comment below. I love you all. Thank you for watching. I hope you have an amazing day.